Our minds.
Woo!
Hey,
Fellas,
what's
we
up?
back again. Everybody
Yes, sir.
listening,
Yes, sir.
we appreciate y'all tuning in. So another riveting, crazy, exceptional episode of Sparring Minds. You already know who I am. It's your boy Charlie Hustle, aka Charles Jones.
And I'm Sam Little, Mr. Maritime.
It's the chef, Mr. Main Top.
Fellas, man, it's been an interesting week for me down here. Let me put you up on game real quick.
Yeah.
So what happened was my wife had essentially got me involved in a double date online. Nigga, like we had like a Zoom date, right? Shout out to the homies Jordan, shout out to my sis Candace. But it was like I immediately felt my age. You dig? Like I immediately felt 40 years old. Like, yo, this shit's crazy. I can't shake a hand. I can't be like, yo, let me buy you a beer. Like, it wasn't that. It was like, let's log in. Get the fuck out of here with us nowadays with this shit, dog.
A Zoom date. A
It
Zoom date.
was a fucking Zoom double date, my nigga. It was fucking wild.
That's hard.
We just sat there. We had questions. We was drinking wine. Like, it felt totally alien because I'm like I'm used to being in somebody's presence. You know what I mean? Like, to feel their aura. Fucking, yo, this world's something else. When you got this, I can't call it, man. So, but anyway, shout them out. Shout to anybody who's out here. Yo, special shout to y'all who are single, trying to date in this atmosphere. Fuck out of here, B. It's shifts. I'm glad I retired when I did, yo. What's good with y'all, man?
Nah, nothing, man. Nothing.
I'm good,
Just
man. Cooling. Had a good weekend. Went to the beach and stuff. You know what I mean?
Was it packed up there?
Yeah, the beach was packed. You know what I mean? People were practicing some social distancing, like as far as like on the beach. You know what I'm saying, in general. But it was cool, man. You know what I mean? Me, Riss, her daughter's friend, Jakayla, and then Riss's niece went, man. So we had a good time in Nantastic Beach. It was a beautiful day out Sunday. So we're just gonna get away with the, you know what I mean, with the family, just enjoy some time out. You know what I mean?
Hey, man, that's what life's about, man. Time with the family, you dig? So
Sure.
You know, it can't get no better than that. What about you, Little? What you get into?
nothing. Absolutely nothing, man. I'm trying to get back into, working out. I mean, as you can see, I got the towel here. So, been doing my little walks around Brockton, stuff like that, just to kind of slowly get myself back into it before I get into Planet Fitness and really bust my ass.
Bro, hey, salute.
Yeah.
Word up.
I've been telling you for a long time to get your boy started, but I'm not, you know what I mean? The more weight you lose, the more I seem to gain, nigga.
Yeah, that sounds funny. That sounds funny. I told you what to do.
This nigga was like, yo, go down to Foxborough Stadium and run wind sprints. I'm not doing none of that bullshit. Fuck out of here.
No, but I told you how to ease into it. Just yesterday, I told you how to ease into it. Go do some garden work.
Go outside, pick up the car. That'll be some good. What are you talking about, B? Let's move on with the show, man. Let's move on with the show. Fuck out of here.
This dude was exaggerating, man.
So the beauty of what we got going on right now is everybody's been tuned in. We're getting the votes in for the rap tournament, and we finally made it to the finals. And who actually do we have in the finals? Do y'all know?
I'm out in the final four. I'm out. We got a Wu song. We got Cream in it.
So it's Cream versus Ghetto Boys, right?
Yeah.
And
it was scenario unless Ghetto Boys made a few votes. Scenario was up last night.
Oh, were they really?
Scenario was up.
Okay,
wow, scenario.
So by the time we post this video, we would have already put that finals matchup up. So y'all guys still got some time more tonight to get those votes in, et cetera, et cetera. But I hope Scenario don't make the chip. They definitely don't belong. So
Scenario for the upset. What do you mean they don't belong? Yo, Scenario is that's a fun song, cuz. That's a fun song.
They killed that. Buster killed that.
Yes, yes.
Buster's verse is like legendary on that song. Are you kidding me?
I promise you it's not better than mine playing tricks on me.
Cut it out. Cut it out.
I promise you it's not better.
Buster's verse versus
Yeah.
what? Versus Face's verse?
Versus Face's verse. I'm not taking Buster.
Subject. You can debate that one right there. Yeah, I mean, you can debate that one right there.
Scenario for the upset, cuz.
It's not an upset. It's a 2 and a 3.
It's an upset if it's a 3, dog. It's an upset if you're a lower seed.
A lower seed winning is always an upset. I don't care if it's a 1 or in a 2.
That's true.
What are you talking about, fam?
Yeah, that's facts.
Question, right? Real quick. We haven't even got to sports yet.
Yes.
What seed are the Lakers? What seed are the Lakers?
What a one.
I don't even. Are they?
In the West,
Yes.
they're a 1 seed, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Overall 2 seed.
Because I think the Bucks got
The
best
Bucks are
record
better,
overall.
right?
And I'm just talking about out West.
Yeah.
And the Clippers are number 2, right?
Clippers are 2 seed.
So if the Clippers beat the Lakers, you telling me that's an upset?
That's an upset.
It's an upset. You beat
By
the number 1 seed.
Fucking
You beat the number 1
crazy.
seed in your bracket,
You
cuz.
guys are outside of your minds if you think that is an upset.
By definition.
Play it back, Steve. No.
I'm watching the upset right now.
No. That's an upset. That's an upset. What Sideline Cancer did the other day to overseas elite, that's a 22 seed beating a 2 seed. That's an upset.
So as you hear Maine talking about, he's talking about the TBT basketball tournament. So
Yes.
Right now they're playing the chip right now on ESPN. Now remember, we shoot these episodes on Tuesday nights. We air them to y'all on Wednesday. So as we're happening right now, the finals is going on, so we might already know the result. But tell me more about this league. Tell me more about what I don't know about it.
So the TBT started, I want to say maybe like 2014. The group of people is actually from out here because I believe they're from Barstool Sports or Barstool.com, whatever the case may be. Right? Okay, so I think it was something that started out where like it was no entry fee for it. You had to get enough votes. Like you had to have like fans vote for your team, and that's how your team would get picked to be a part of the tournament is based on the votes. You know what I'm saying? And
we had a couple of teams from out here that went the first year, wasn't it? We had my boys. I mean, you had Chip. You know, BG went out there. If I'm not mistaken,
BG was in it 1 year,
and my man On Saunders and them for City, right?
City team was in it. Yep, they actually lost to the Notre Dame team that ended up winning the entire thing. And so it's usually comprised sometimes, Chuck, of like college alums. Like Syracuse had a team. Obviously, the Marquette team is in the championship. You know what I mean? So that's the dope thing, you know. But the thing is, you can't be signed to an NBA team at the time.
Gotcha.
You cannot be signed to an NBA team. That's how Joe Johnson was able to play. Jared Sullinger played 1 year. You had so many different guys that were pros that's played in the TBT.
Yeah.
And you think about it, it's because like 10 guys, maybe depending on how many guys you have, and 2 coaches, you get to split $1 million.
Yeah.
Also, it's $1 million payout.
Did it go up this year? Did it go up this year? Did it go up this year?
No, I felt like it just stayed at $1 million. It was. I could have sworn it was higher last year. Maybe I'm mistaken. I thought it was
for some reason I thought it was $2 million.
Last year, right?
Okay.
This year, I think maybe due to the pandemic or whatever the case would be, it went down to $1 million. But again, $1 million to split between, you're talking 12 people max. That's crazy, bro.
Yeah, that's dope. No, that's
for
dope.
like four games. That's crazy.
That's incredible.
That's crazy. So yeah, you get voted on. Anybody just can't place a team in it. You have to have fans that vote you on. And then once you get a certain number of votes, you get a team, dope uniforms. It's crazy. And even though they're not playing in front of a crowd, the games are still really good, still competitive. Because that game with Sideline Cancer on Sunday was crazy. Crazy ending, a 3-ball to win the game.
Yeah.
Because just like the All-Star in the NBA and the All-Star game actually jacked their format with you having to reach a certain number to win the game.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, the NBA and the All-Star game actually jacked that format from the TBT for us. So TBT is pretty dope. Pretty dope tournament.
Dude, and like that monetary gift at the end, that's super nice for these guys. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Nice.
And I think they donate maybe 100,000 to a certain charity. Each one of them have certain charities that they're also donating money to.
Even better.
Nice.
Even better. Yeah, that's just dope, man. It's a national tournament.
No, it's not a national tournament. It's what do you mean national in terms?
I heard you mention Marquette, Syracuse. There were teams out of Boston, so I just figured it was a national tournament. The teams from all across the country.
Yeah.
Yes, because before they had like different sites that they were playing at, all across the country. So yeah, but I'm not sure if they went all across the country this year. They might have just stayed in one spot, and I believe it was only 24 teams this year. And it's usually more teams than that. But I just think with everything that happened,
of course.
And then I heard some players from other teams had tested positive for COVID, and so a bunch of that stuff is going on. Yeah, COVID's
affecting everything.
Yeah.
Everything. Shout out to the TBT. That's legendary. Then obviously they're having players who are contracting the COVID, slowing down their progress, as is the NBA. I mean, we just waking up to the news wire where Russ Westbrook, one of my favorite players, has now contacted the COVID-19 as well. As well as Harrison Barnes, another guy that is a pretty significant player in the league. So our hearts and prayers go out to those guys that they get better. There's rumors about some other megastar players may have contracted this. We'll keep our ear to the streets, and if that comes to fruition,
I just found out Michael Beasley actually left the bubble. I don't know if he'll be returning, but I know he left today.
God damn it, Michael Beasley. So for y'all who may not be familiar with Michael Beasley was like, I don't know if these fellas will agree with me, but this dude was ultra skilled coming out of Kansas State. He was an absolute beast coming out of Kansas State. Came out of college the same year Derrick Rose did, to give you some time of perspective, right?
Yep.
And there was some debate that Michael Beasley should have went number one, not Derrick Rose, right? So, but throughout his entire, he played for at least 5 teams in his career, right? And he's just been a knucklehead throughout his tenure in the league. Like, he just does crazy things. And just teams that get tired of his antics. And so now I don't even know what's up with this cat again. He was unemployed before this. They literally just signed him to go to Orlando for this bubble, to come to
they did maybe a week or two ago, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah.
It was for the Brooklyn Nets team that we've been talking about. It's going to be without Dinwiddie, going to be without Kyrie, obviously they're without Durant. So they just wanted to field the team. So they said, well, let's go get Beasley a chance. The guy is skilled. Let's go give him a shot. And then he does something like this. I can't imagine there was a logical reason why he left the bubble.
No, it doesn't say it just yet. I'm pretty sure it'll come out later on. We'll figure it out. We'll probably be sure to figure out whether or not he's gonna come back. I don't know.
He's the kind of nigga that would leave the bubble to go get some weed. Like, he's that kind of nigga. You know what I mean?
That's probably what he did. That's probably what he did too.
Jesus, I hope not. Yeah, Beasley, second pick in the draft.
Yeah, absolutely.
Again, I mean, the guy broke all kinds of records in the Big 12. Stuff to Kevin Durant, and I mean, like, elite level players.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just one of those things where you can't put your finger on Beasley and why someone that talented, that skilled. I mean, the guy is a bucket. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
But
he definitely can score. Defense is a different thing. Defense sucks, but he can definitely score.
And that's definitely what's NBA funny player. About that is that's the reason why he ended up at K-State, because he was doing a whole bunch of knucklehead shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, him and Durant was like childhood friends. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And Durant got to pick where he was going. You know what I mean? And meanwhile, this dude lost 2 scholarships. It ended up at K-State. And then was down there putting up 40 and 20 every other night.
So he broke all kinds of records.
He was an absolute beast. Absolute
beast. Scoring and all that shit. Scoring, rebounding.
Like,
everything. Beasley did everything on the court.
Yeah.
No question.
I hate
You
to
know,
hear stories like this. You know, guys who they got the whole world in their hand. You dig what I mean? There's another guy like that too. That wide receiver, Josh Gordon,
Oh man.
where they just always mixed up in some shit, man. If you just played the sport that you loved, you'd be a Hall of Famer. But
You know,
these
but
guys get
his
mixed up in other shit.
his issue was weed. I mean, I think the last issue he had though, I think it might have been laced with some shit. But I don't know. I mean, he's a great talent though. Great
Either way,
talent.
shout to Beasley, man. You know,
Yeah.
a brother probably just trying to make his way through the world. He's young still, so salute to him. We hope he gets right. Whatever the reason was he left the bubble, we hope it's valuable enough to him that he's willing to risk that opportunity. So we hope he lands on his feet, man. We hope he lands on his feet
it's amazing that he still keeps getting these shots.
because he's that
It's
good.
amazing because he is that good. It's you know
Yeah.
what I mean. So
Talent will always get you opportunities. Always,
definitely,
always.
very very true.
Ladies, if you give incredible head, you will always get opportunities to give incredible head. That's just it's gonna be one of those things. Like
Mm.
keep the talent. We'll focus on
Church,
talent. Yeah, yeah. So,
church.
um, Maine. Oh, before we do that, real
Ah,
quick, salute to the homie Chris Jones, Kansas City Chiefs. So last time we talked to y'all, we told y'all the Chiefs gave Patrick Mahomes 100 million, right? Well, now they opened the checkbook up again and gave the homie Chris Jones another 85 million over 4 years, 60 million guaranteed. So salute to him. He's one of the, if he's probably the second, if not the third best D tackle in football behind Aaron Donald and probably DeForest Buckner out in San Fran. So all those
Mm,
guys are in that conversation. So salute to that homie for making that money. Um,
okay.
yeah,
yeah. Salute.
yeah,
Salute.
that's legendary generational wealth. So,
Right.
salute
Right.
to that. Maine, Bleacher
Yo.
Report did a top 100 in the NBA. Talk to me about it.
Oh boy. So this list has been making its way around. A couple notables is that Russell Westbrook was ranked 22,
Bullshit. Bullshit.
23,
Westbrook.
was ranked 22, 23.
That's bullshit.
And Chris Middleton
Chris Middle. Listen.
Chris Middleton, I believe, was ranked number 10 or number
Get
12.
the fuck out of
Yeah, we ain't
here.
going to. So we don't
Yeah,
pay them
yeah,
no
yeah,
motherfucking mind.
yeah. It's stupid. This is just that doesn't make any sense. Chris
Nah,
But
Middleton.
come on, man.
yo, so
Come on,
yeah. And then it was a debate because it's I believe Jason Tatum from the Celtics was also ranked higher than Russell Westbrook. And so I saw people post about that, and it's like, yo, listen, let's be clear for a second. I'm
Yeah.
Boston, love Boston, diehard Boston. I'm not stupid, okay? Russell Westbrook is better than Jason Tatum, and he's better than Chris Middleton, and it's not even up for debate with me. Like,
Yeah.
Not even close.
stop it.
He may not be more skilled, but he is better.
Right.
Yeah.
Just right now, he's better. Again,
What do you mean
Yeah.
he's not more skilled?
First of all, first and foremost, skill-wise, fundamental. Nah, I think I would have to give it to Tatum. But Westbrook,
Wait. Tatum is more skilled than Russell
Yeah.
Westbrook?
yeah, I believe so. Yeah, I believe so. He can. I think he can do a lot more.
No,
You don't believe?
brother. It's okay for you to be wrong. It won't be the first time. It won't be the last.
Don't worry. It's all right. They're both great players. But I do think Tatum's more skilled.
That's childish. That's ridiculous.
So the top five, the top five. Now we're not going. We obviously we can't go through the whole line.
Okay.
But the top five, while and a lot of stuff is also based on injuries and stuff like that because this is ranking for this season, and so a lot of key guys, Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Kyrie Irving, all those guys are hurt. So the top five, number 5, I'll start from the bottom and work my way up. Number 5 is Luka Doncic, a.k.a. Luka Brasi. Dallas Mavericks, Sensation.
Yeah,
I
he's a,
don't.
he's a
I
stud.
mean,
He's a stud. He belongs in the
baseball
conversation.
right now,
He's a stud, but not top 5.
Yeah.
You can, you know, I wouldn't.
He kick a
I wouldn't be
ball.
mad at nobody for picking that. Like I
Yeah.
said, Luka has
Yeah.
done some amazing things in his first 2 years in the league. And I'll be honest, you know, I did not know he was going to be this good, this fast, the way he is.
I second that.
I third
second
that.
that.
And in fact, I torched him all pre-draft.
I didn't even think he was going to be this good at all.
Well, the thing is that those Euro guys very rarely pan out. You know what I mean? Thank you, Princess. They very, very rarely pan out. You know what I mean? It's always, I mean, we can go down a laundry list of guys who didn't pan out coming over from Europe, right? And generally, they're not the athletes that we have here in the NBA. But Luka somehow has, again, he's not the athlete either, but somehow he's so skilled that it's translating to unprecedented.
More skilled than Russell Westbrook too.
No, he's not.
Definitely.
Definitely is.
More skill?
First of all,
Definitely.
he's doing all this without the athleticism.
Yeah, he's definitely more skilled than Russell Westbrook.
He's more skilled. Yeah.
I disagree with that. I think he's more skilled than Tatum, but he's not more skilled than Russell Westbrook.
I mean, he's more skilled than both of them.
Maine, just by comparison, as you move forward down your list, who was number 6? Who was left off the top 5? Before you go to number 4, I just want to know who's left off.
I would have to look. I only focused on the top.
Okay,
5.
Pardon me. Go ahead. Okay.
All right.
So Luka's at 5. We good.
Luka, top 5. Number 4, the beard. The beard.
Okay.
The beard. You know, big game James, Harden.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's you know, it's subject of whether where you have him ranked in your top 5, but it's, you know, it's hard. And the only thing I'll say with Harden sometimes he can be a little, you like to watch him, but you don't like to watch him because of how he plays a little bit. So much dribble, ISO, dribble, ISO. You know what I'm saying? Even though they play a little bit different now that they've went totally small with him and Westbrook. But again, you know, Harden was putting up unbelievable numbers in that system. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, you can't.
I mean, shit, if you can shoot 40 times a game, I mean, you better be putting up some points.
I don't understand why guys hate Harden now, but loved Mike in 85. Mike in 85 was doing the same shit.
People were still complaining about Mike in 85 also. But Mike also didn't have great core. I mean, what? He had Woolridge and who else did he have over
Oakley.
there? He had Oakley's not a scorer. But he did have another scorer over there. He did have another guy. I just can't think of his name right now.
On those early teams?
Yeah, on that early team, it was 2 scorers over there. It was him and Woolridge, and there was another guy that could score. I just can't get his name at the moment.
Nah, it was Gervin, but Gervin was late in his career.
Yeah,
nah, it wasn't Gervin.
Reggie Theus too. Reggie Theus was over there too. But
Reggie Theus was there. Yeah.
I feel like that was late in his. I feel like it was late in his career. The problem is, I guess, is that Harden didn't defend like Jordan.
Right.
He didn't defend like Jordan. So that's your thing, because you got to remember, I want to say it's 88 or something, Mike got like defensive player of the year and MVP or something to that effect. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's been a long time for a guard was getting defensive player of the year. You know what I'm saying? So that's when Harden, he plays it better, but that's not his strong suit. Like, he'll make the effort to play a little bit better, but defense ain't really his strong suit.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? But, you know, you can make it. So, all right, we're going to roll up. Number three on this list is we have the Claw. Kawhi. You know what I'm saying?
I can fuck with that.
You know, I love Kawhi Leonard. I've been a big Kawhi Leonard fan for the longest time. He's in my top 3 players in the league, no question.
Yeah.
Easily, and you could fluctuate that however, you know what I'm saying, you want to. I mean, he's definitely top 5. Durant being in the list, will kind of make it more of an argument for his place in there. But he's definitely top 5.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got no
number
debate so far.
Number 2 is the King.
Oh shit.
You know, LeBron, Ramon James.
So we know who number 1 is. Okay.
Do we?
Okay.
You know,
yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? Like LeBron, remember LeBron 30 in his late career, you know what I'm saying? Like and he's
still a feat.
Doing amazing things.
Yes. Yes.
Like, LeBron is still doing amazing things this late in his career. Like
I wonder why he doesn't go 1.
I believe LeBron is 1. I believe LeBron is 1. I really do. Against the person that is number 1, now that I kind of know now, I think
LeBron's 1. We'll see.
Yeah, I really do.
And number 1, I mean, obviously it's no secret now. It's the Freak. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I'm sorry, the Freak is number 1. The Freak is number 1. The Freak is the best player in the NBA right now. The Freak is the best player. You know what I mean? It's, you know, like the Bucks are number 1 for a reason.
Yeah.
He was on his way to a second MVP in a row.
Was he?
You know what I'm saying? I believe so. The Bucks had the number 1 record, and he was the best player on the best team, which usually they've kind of altered it throughout the years, but usually the MVP would be for the best player on the best team.
Again, I guess I would still debate that it's LeBron. So
yeah,
you absolutely can still debate that it's LeBron.
I mean, how many assists is LeBron averaging? He's in double digits, right?
Oh yeah, double digits. He was second in the league before the
and this is at what, 35, 34?
This is nothing LeBron hasn't done before. I mean, in terms of being the passer and the facilitator, I think with the Lakers this year and maybe the previous, he's just taken more of that point guard, point forward role to a thing. But my thing, why I would give the Freak the edge is that on defense right now, the Freak is a better defensive player than LeBron is.
Yeah, I agree.
No, he is.
Yeah,
I agree. I agree. I agree.
Better defensive player. So, you know what I'm saying? That's what it's based on. You know what I mean? For me personally. And why I would say, the Freak is the best player, man. Like, it's no reason, it's no accident the Bucks are number 1. It's no accident they're the number 1 team or in the top 5 offensively, defensively. You know what I mean? Like,
see, and I just wonder how much of that credit we're giving to Giannis instead of giving that credit to the coach. Because, I mean, it takes the coaching staff to get that defensive game plan set. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no. But still, that's a great defensive team, though. You hit
the nail on the head. It's a great defensive team.
That's a great defensive team.
Correct.
Yes.
We're not saying it's not
he's
Giannis.
A good defensive player.
It's not like Kawhi in Toronto, 2 years ago, where he was carrying them defensively.
No. Stop. That was a great defensive team also. That was a good defensive team also.
Kyle Lowry's defender? That's what we're doing right now?
Yeah.
Kyle Lowry?
Kyle Lowry's tough. I don't know what you're talking about. Kyle's tough. He might not be the greatest defender at the guard spot, but he's a tough guard.
This Bucks team has defenders 1 through 8. That Toronto team did not.
No. They lost one. What was the shooting guard from last year? That moved on. Yeah, in Brogdon.
Brogdon into the Pacers.
You know what this list brings to mind, man? This list tells me that Bleacher Report says that Luka Doncic at 5 is better than Anthony Davis.
Yes, I believe so too.
Yeah.
Luka has done a little bit more getting his team to the playoffs than AD's ever done, getting his team to the playoffs.
That's childish.
Nah, I know it's not.
Luka's playing next to a fucking all-star and Kristaps Porzingis. Anthony Davis was playing with me, you, and Jermaine.
Cut it out.
You know, he had Jrue Holiday, who was also a all-star.
Yes. Underrated.
Jrue Holiday is as good as Kristaps Porzingis?
No, you threw out the all-star word.
Yeah.
That's all we played on. You threw the All-Star word out there. So that's what I just relied back. Well, he had an All-Star too. Drew Holiday was an All-Star.
There's a difference between a perennial All-Star and a nigga who happened to make the team. Like that's what Drew is.
Stop it. Cut it out.
Same thing with Porzingis.
Cut it out.
Porzingis will be there for the next 10 years. He'll be an All-Star.
Actually, has Porzingis ever even made an All-Star game before? No.
He did it last year, didn't he?
No,
He was hurt, wasn't he?
Porzingis did not make the All-Star team last year. No. Nope.
I'll
so he's
check.
not a perennial.
I'll check.
Yeah, we'll get back on that. We'll get back on that. We'll get back. Oh, and also getting back on some. Beasley actually got him. He's infected with the virus, so that's why he left the bubble.
Oh, so that's why he left. See, and part of me, I'm calling him a knucklehead. See how Chuck you gotta relax.
No, that's fine. That's fine. I mean, he's, he's prone to do stuff like that.
Well,
he's prone.
Salute to him, man.
It just flashed up here.
Hopefully he gets right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Get the situation settled.
Word up.
We got a topic today. But before we jump into that, I want to take y'all out west real quick with some news that was happening out in California. So we were talking about how a lot of the cities, a lot of big cities and states are doing the Black Lives Matter painting murals in the streets in yellow as a sign of support for the movement. And I was on social media recently where there was a couple, and they're not, that doesn't say if they're a couple or not, it just says there's a man and a woman. But there was a man and a woman in Martinez, California, who outside of a courthouse brought a can of black paint, a paint roller, and decided to paint over the Black Lives Matter mural that was in the middle of the street, right? So while this was happening, there was a third guy there in a pickup truck telling people to stay away, right? Okay. Around them were a group of bystanders with cameras saying, hey, you shouldn't do this. What are you doing, right? Meanwhile, the man and the woman with the paint can, whose surprise are white, right, were like, I don't give a fuck about what none of y'all are saying. You can keep talking. My action is to cover up this mural, right? So they don't give a shit about all these lectures and long talks. They out there and they're getting what they said they was going to get done, right? That's what's happened here. Well, so then a couple days after that took place, the authorities went to CNN and saying, hey, we're actively looking for these two people, right? That's what the authorities said.
Okay.
Right? A couple days later, these two individuals were found, right? And they were charged with misdemeanor vandalism, including a hate crime. Right? So, let me explain to you what happened with white social media. Right. Unless you want to take a guess, because we can certainly make this an interactive thing. No guess?
We want justice.
I don't want no parts of this.
They got pitchforks, right? And they have signs saying that this is a travesty, and this is a fucking disgrace.
Sham. This is a sham, and it's a mockery. It's a shamaka.
And a nice twist here. These two individuals, not the third guy who had the truck keeping people away, he didn't get charged. Just these two people with the paint, right? They could receive up to a year in jail if convicted. If convicted, right? So
right. Key
it
words.
all sounds good, right? Sounds dope. A year in jail, give it to him. Throw the book at him. They ain't gonna be convicted, bro.
Nah.
They ain't gonna be convicted.
If anything, some probation.
Correct. So they went out here. They painted over a Black Lives Matter mural. Got arrested for standing up for their beliefs, and they're gonna walk away scot-free.
Yep.
And everybody on social media who was like, this is a disgrace, this is a sham, they're all going to be right and they're going to rub it in your face forever. Right?
So I have a question. So if I was to go downtown and paint over one of these statues or something, you think I'll get off lightly?
They would absolutely throw you under the bed, under the jail.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And they'll throw in a manslaughter charge just because you look like a motherfucker who might have possibly killed somebody as you were painting over a mural.
Oh. Okay. As long as we're all clear.
That's news in America. But I think as we laugh and joke about it, there is obviously a disconnect. There's obviously a swaying of how we are judged here versus how these people who have committed a crime by the book of the law and how they're going to be judged and how they're going to be treated after committing that crime. Whether you think it's a crime or not, it's a crime. It's on the books, right? You can't just say it's not a crime because it doesn't fit your agenda. Like they committed a crime. So
yeah.
You know, that's just the world that we live in. And so we always want to, here on Sparring Minds, bring y'all some news. And then not only just bring you the news, but also let you know about the twists and turns that might be happening with that news. Like, this is not just an open and shut case. Like, if they had served a year in jail, we would just be like, okay, that's just deserved. That's justice. That's how it's supposed to work. You commit a crime, you do the jail time. But that's not necessarily how it works with certain citizens of this country. So this is just another example of it. I'm sure we'll bring you more as time goes on. So I gotta ask Chuck for y'all, man. How about it? Y'all ready for it?
Hey, let's jump into it.
Let's do it. So this is from a dude's perspective. Let me read it to you, and then I'll wrap around and we'll do our regular thing. And then obviously for y'all watching, man, if you feel some way about the topic, definitely jump in those comments and hit us up and let us know how you feel about that. So okay, here we go. It says, Chuck, I've been dating a great woman for about 3 years now. I've decided that she's the one for me, and I proposed to her.
Salute.
Of course, she said yes. We're due to be married next summer. The problem is, I bought a condo about 10 years ago. My ex used to live here with me, but she moved out when we broke up, prior to me meeting my now fiance. My fiance says she wouldn't feel right living in the apartment I share with another woman, and she wants me to sell it. Do I have to sell this condo? Yes or no? What are y'all thoughts?
She needs to grow up. She needs to grow up. Listen, if I took away and stopped doing everything I did with an ex, I'll probably be going nowhere.
Yeah.
I mean, like, come on.
Yeah.
Like, like I got favorite restaurants that I've taken her to. I mean, am I supposed to stop going there? Vacation places. I mean, listen, she's no longer with me. Let's move on. This is my spot. Let's move on.
Man, what you think, brother?
I mean, I used to fucking share this dick with my ex. Excuse my language, but I'm sharing it with you now. Like, are we really tripping about stuff like that?
I didn't know you was gonna go there, man.
I'm sorry, fellas. I don't mean to come off so hard.
See, normally I'm the one that said that kind of crazy shit.
I would have figured you would have said something like this.
Right. Wifey hooked me up with a nice.
Yeah, let him do it.
This motherfucker here.
She got me a little in my element. You know what I'm saying? But no, like I'm saying, if you want to, like, let's rearrange the apartment. Let's design it different. Let's, come bring your people in and let's put your twist on it. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, we're not doing that. That's immature. Like let's stop it. You know what I'm saying? That's like if I had a house and I got divorced and you're coming in to live with me. Should I not? Should I just sell the house and get a new house? You know what I mean? Like, come on, man, seriously. Because every place you done came over to as a guy, believe me, there was some other nigga that was rocking in that bed before you got there. Okay, so let's just call a spade and be honest, right? I'm in my Charles Jones mode right now. You know what I'm saying? But,
I love it.
Come on. Cut this shit, grow up. You know what I'm saying? Because, like I said again, I used to share this thing with her. You know what I mean? And so what now? You don't want me to share this thing with you because I used to share with her too? Like, knock it off, grow up. As Chuck would say, stop being childish. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, let's move on. But come on.
Chuck, let's throw it at you. I mean,
Listen. So y'all know me. Y'all know how like I can easily call somebody childish in the hurry upness, right?
yeah.
I don't know if this is one of those cases though, brother. Like I think I'm a believer in every relationship deserves a fresh start. I'm a believer in that, right? And because he's taken the step here to decide to marry this young lady, all right? I think so long as he's not losing any monetary value in selling this condo, let's say he sells the condo and buys them a fresh one, I don't see the harm in doing so if because his job as a man in a relationship is to make sure his lady is ultimately happy with whatever decisions that he makes. That's your role as head of household. You have to take her feelings into consideration. We as a man may think that's childish, but if you're not taking her emotions into consideration, you're not doing your job as a man. So you got to prioritize that and say, listen, all right, I'm gonna sell this condo for 400,000. I'll buy another one in the same neighborhood, the next floor down, the next floor up. Who gives a fuck, right? But now it gives her that peace of mind. Now, baby, we can go ahead and we can start our journey together, brand new from scratch, and now we can go ahead and move from there. So,
Maine, I'm gonna interrupt him right now
yeah,
because I really want to tell him to get the fuck out of here. But I understand this is the guy that previous shows, if people have been watching, also said, he told his wife to get rid of all them old bags. I'll buy you some new ones. So I see where he's going. Yeah, so I understand. I see where,
I'm
I get
consistent,
it.
brother.
No, you're
Definitely
consistent.
consistent. Definitely
He's
consistent.
consistent. He's consistent. So, I
Let's
salute,
let's
but get Chuck
let's
the fuck out of
let's
here.
build let's build brand new. Let's build brand new, baby. Me and you. I mean, again, now here the key is this: as long as I'm not losing money on the real estate, 'cause this is a real estate venture. Let's
Yeah.
let's, let's not confuse it for anything else. So
Mhm.
as long as I'm able to flip that into an equal or greater opportunity on the real estate side, what do you lose by
But
doing
what
so?
if you're losing by doing this? Yeah, have her specific that so you can answer this. What if you're losing by this? You still gonna make that same thing? Because that ain't gonna make you happy to be losing something.
Well, you
No,
gain a relationship,
you
but
gain. You see, listen, you're making me make some hard choices here,
You
but
gain the
but
relationship regardless. Are we really acting like what
no,
you
no,
gonna
no.
lose a
Yeah,
relationship?
you totally gain a
Come on,
relationship regardless. But I
come on,
think
come on.
I
Gain
think
a
what you
relationship regardless.
do is you gain her trust that you take her emotions at a very high regard. That's all. That's what you gain there, and that's invaluable.
you can also be setting yourself up for failure by doing that also.
You could,
You,
but you hope he's marrying the right lady. That's what you hope.
right? Because the car I'm picking you up is the car that I used to pick my ex up in or whatever the case would be. So I gotta get a new car and change my. You know what I mean? Like I don't know.
Yeah, I got rid of her car too, little. Just if you wanted to be clear, we got rid of that old shit.
We know. I know.
We
I
did that.
know.
Yeah, I don't.
He-
That nigga sat in this car. Get this car the fuck out of here.
I'm pretty sure. I'm hip. You're very consistent. Don't
It's
worry.
important. It's important to where you can start brand new because fellas, we've been a victim for far too long of a woman who doesn't want to give you a clean slate, right? Women
True.
who are bringing shit in and they have this kind of baggage, these kind of ideas already pre-installed when all we want is a clean slate. Well, this is a perfect example of that. And you
Hmm.
know me, Maine, I'm an advocate of leaving gender roles separate, right? Don't mix shit up, right? But in this rare case, it works
Yeah, we
it
know.
works for either side. Like I think
Get
that
the fuck out of here. You picking and choosing, cuz. Get the fuck out of here.
No, he definitely is.
Yo,
He definitely is.
it's a rare case.
he's absolutely picking and choosing. Get Charles Jones, my brother, the author, the pen. Get him the fuck out of here. I'm getting him the fuck out of here today. What's this putting that cup of yours, cuz?
Nah, this is just some more like come on, man. Come on, man. This is it's just the opportunity to start fresh, keep the situation right. Like, I'm telling my girl, baby, I'm invested in you totally. If anything in the history of life makes you feel away, you let me know and I'll resolve that. And this is just an example of that. So my job is just to make sure she no longer feels away about this. This ain't motherfucking curtains. You dig? This ain't that. This is a big situation, and I want to make sure I take that into heart. Like whatever makes her feel uncomfortable, let's fix it and move on.
Okay.
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 I mean,
Nothing wrong with that.
I ain't mad at that, but like I said, this is the first time when you play this gender role reverse thing, and now you playing for it leverage wise to your
I
angle. I know you've been consistent
I
in
know because
wordplay.
he hit me yesterday. I mean, the last episode with it. Don't flip it, Sam. Yeah, I got it.
Right. Oh yeah. Well, we ain't gonna talk about that shit. What you did to
No.
him as
Yeah,
far
that's a
as
whole
flipping
different
it.
situation.
Yeah,
That's
Yeah.
like,
yeah.
yeah,
You
that's
talk.
Sparring Minds exclusive content found only on YouTube. That's you can find
You
something like that there.
Yes.
talk
Please
some,
check us out.
you talk some
Follow
bars on
us.
28 bars
Subscribe.
on that, brother. So,
No, listen, this will be the first and probably last time you ever hear me say that. But we can't drag these chicks for not giving us a clean slate and then at the same time not being able to provide one when her
Yeah.
emotions call for one here.
No,
So
I'm hip.
that
I'm hip. I'm hip. I'm hip. I'm just, but
scenario is different. This is a house and a condo. This ain't like a personalized gift from someone directly, like you mentioned before with the bags. This isn't that. This is different. You know what I'm saying? This is just a place. I clearly still own this place. So this was my spot. This is someone I used to just date before you. So that would be like everything that you had when you got with a chick, right? You got to get rid of it now because you dating someone else. Like everything you got, if another chick bought it with a kid, you got to get rid of all of that. You know what I mean? Because he was like, emotionally, I think, that those T-shirts that you got, she gave them to you, and I feel a certain way, and let me buy you some T-shirts. You know what I'm saying? Like, get the fuck out of here with that shit, man. Like, come on, it's not that.
Why is that a problem?
I don't feel like it's that deep. This is a house. This is a condo. I get the clean slate part, but again, if you're losing from it, which is also a flip side to it, you painted it one way that you're gaining from it. So of course, in that situation, you're gaining something from. Yeah, it makes sense to. But again, in the scenario in which you're losing from it, and it's all about just to appease this woman, and you know what I mean? Like, and I'm all for making my lady happy. I get it. You know what I'm saying? But she rides with me in my car. My ex used to be in the car with me too. So I gotta get a new car because my ex drove in the car with you. Like, I'm sure the car I drive, her ex drove her car, I've been in the car with her. So I say, yo, I don't want to ride in this car no more because your ex used to live with you in this car.
Yeah,
Like, come on,
too
man.
much. It's just too
don't know.
much.
I feel like once you start doing that, bending over that way, then you're gonna be bending over for everything. Like, you know what?
Yeah.
This coat, this pea coat, my ex bought me. Like,
So I don't mind admitting that I'm probably in the low 80% in terms of pettiness, right? I'm probably in the low 80%. Maybe 79, right, on a good day,
no,
right?
I actually rank you high.
Is he higher than me? I
So
thought I was
no,
Mr. Petty.
absolutely not. Absolutely not. You're like platinum level pettiness, dog.
Yeah.
I'm just like
Listen,
the
I got.
entry level. Like, come on.
Nah, you're nowhere
You're
near entry
definitely
level, but
you're
But with that
definitely not
said,
entry level.
like,
you,
with
You're
that
definitely
said,
not entry level. Fuck out of here.
but I think you know what? I think what women hold valuable that we don't. Women hold energy, energy in a space, aura, karma. They hold all that shit in a very high regard. Well, we may not hold that as a high regard as they do, right? So they may walk into a space and feel an energy that's like, oh, this energy's off. And we'll be like, bitch, what are you talking about? You know what I mean? And so again, my job is to manage that and be like, okay, well, how can I get you to feel more uncomfortable? How can I get you to feel better? You know what I mean? If she's like, no, this area. Listen, I know women who have said they've walked into a space and literally couldn't sit there because the energy was on, right? You don't want that for your girl in the place where you want her to live and help cultivate your relationship. You don't want
Tell
that
the
kind of shit.
in this manner, tell her to grow the fuck out. You
We can
walked
just,
into a space. It's only me and her in this house. What bad energy did you sense in this house when you got in here? Get out of here. Cut
we
it
could
out.
we could rearrange the place. We could redecorate it. We could put a whole new twist on it that
Yeah.
puts your twist on it. You want a project? Here's your project. Get your creativity thing going on and add that to this. You know what I'm saying? But just moving and changing the entire place of your lived being because you're exiting, you would be doing that in every relationship if that was the case.
No,
You would
he's
be
marrying this woman. That's different. It's not
Okay.
every relationship. This ain't some
Okay,
broad
so,
he just met on Thursday. He did get
all
Listen,
right, all right, all right.
but before she would have had to had brought this up before the engagement and all this other stuff. I mean, like this had to been thought of and talked about before then.
Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. So, when does your woman have enough power to ask you to do something like this? It's only at engagement.
But
If we're dating, you don't have enough stroke to ask me nothing like that.
it all depends on how long y'all been dating. I mean, because like you don't wait until engagement time to say, oh, you know what? I mean, especially if we've already been in this place 3, 4 months, 5 months, a whole year. Like that's you should have been brought that up to me. Like you wasn't feeling comfortable here, where I could have kind of built up and thought, yeah, okay, maybe it's time. Yeah, maybe I do need to change. You don't hit me with this after engagement time. Now all of a sudden I wanna. You can't do that. Not to me. Nah.
Yeah.
Right. If I've been during our dating stage, if I've been airing it out in this one plot, in this one spot, excuse me, and now all of a sudden, because we get married now, no, you gotta change it because those drapes are something that your ex picked out. Blah blah blah. All right, cool. Do that. Change all that up. But we gonna debate. We gonna pause a little bit before we change the entire house situation. We gonna just sell this, move some else because your energy level isn't like. Listen.
Yo, energy levels for women is a major thing.
Not true. I mean, for men also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
no.
So it's a good grade of weed for me. That's like big on my love. You know what I mean? List of what I like
the question here is really, are you willing to change? Are you willing to give up anything to make sure your wife? This is his wife because he proposed to her.
Yeah.
So are you willing to give up anything to make sure that your wife is happy? That's the question here, right?
I mean, you have to. You have to. I mean,
and
you
this
have
is just
to.
an example of that.
Right.
No. You not every. I mean, there's certain things you do have to give up.
Right. Absolutely.
I don't know if this is something that I'm willing to give up. Unless it was something that was brought to me, like I said, very early in the relationship where she felt some sort of way, and where it's even nagging on me where I keep hearing her, and but some things you do have to switch up. But you're not this one now. I can't
throw those boxes away because those are the boxes that you used to have when you were dating your ex, and I don't want to see that because I like Tommy Hilfiger and she like polo, so get rid of all your polo stuff.
Yeah, and so my nigga, you gonna sit and fight over some fucking drawers? Throw them drawers away, get some new ones on. With these women, man, you gotta pick your battles, B. Like that's not a battle for me to have. I'm not fighting over no motherfucking underwear.
No, I'm being an asshole.
Of course.
But clearly, we all know, all three of us know, absolutely pick and choose your battles with your lady. We all know that. We all pick and choose our battles with our women in our life. You know what I'm saying? So, absolutely. If it was Die Hard and it was really something that she really was like adamant about, okay, yeah. And I wouldn't like make too much of an argument, but I would defend it down till I couldn't anymore because I would just use examples like, well, do you want me to get rid of this car or this and third? You know what I mean? Like, just, I don't know. I'm all for making your lady happy.
Yeah.
But I'm also cool, not cool with losing yourself, who you are, in making someone else happy. Mm-hmm. And putting your own happiness to aside for someone else. too, because that whole thing has to be reciprocated on both ends.
Yeah, I think that's a slippery slope because I think
It is.
part of a successful relationship is putting your personal happiness to the side to make sure your spouse is happy. And one of the things I told Fabian when we first got together was, listen, neither one of us will ever go without if I take care of you and you take care of me. We're
Yeah.
both taken care of. You know what I mean? So it's a very slippery slope when someone starts to say, I'm not gonna value your wants over mine. That's some dangerous territory when you're talking about relationships.
Yeah, but it's an apartment. That's not something that's just so easy to like change around like that. I don't think that's something easy as boxers or just clothes or just a bag or you know what I'm saying. Like I don't know.
Yeah, but how far does that sentiment go with the woman when you do offer to do that? I mean, that's all of us here when we're dealing with the women. All we're trying to do is put money in our bank. You see what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
you
right.
know that's all. And this, you doing this, that's a big deposit, brother. That's a big
Huge.
deposit into
It
showing you
is.
that I'm a good nigga. That's a gigantic deposit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That bitch better not come back and say not nothing, never.
That listen, that qualifies for every night in this new apartment. The first night, just the top better be just
Oh
out
shit,
of this
choice.
world. Okay, Ava Divine status.
Yes,
Okay, out
yes,
of this,
absolutely.
yeah, out
Google
of
her if you
this.
don't know who we talking about. Google her.
Oh,
And I'm sure if you don't know who we talking about, your head game ain't where it's supposed to be.
sheesh.
Sammy, here's what a motherfucking mirror time, brother.
I like that
my
segue, Jones.
my
Repeat
my
that,
my
repeat that
I
shit.
like
my
that. That was me.
my
I like
brothers,
that.
my brothers. All right.
Yo,
Sparring
whew.
minds. Time is what we want most, but we use the worst. I'll leave
Church,
you guys with that.
Word up,
church.
word up.
It was great
Yeah.
sitting here with you guys.
Oh man, this is a
Whew.
great episode, man.
Yeah. By the way, the Golden Eagles ended up winning
Oh,
73-78.
I missed the whole game, huh?
Yes, yes,
Listen,
she
man.
did. Yes, she did. You know,
Catch a
Diener
replay.
hit the big three to get him out of there.
Damn.
Damn.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, we appreciate y'all tuning in. Shout to our brother
Whew.
Anthony Hightower. We didn't shout him in the beginning of the
Yeah, yeah,
show.
yeah, yeah, yes.
But as y'all know, he's doing his college thing right now, so we want to make sure we
Grr.
support him as much as possible.
Yeah.
So we're gonna carry the brand moving forward until he's able to join us. So we'll salute him. Y'all make sure y'all get with us on YouTube.
Hmm.
Those subscribes, those likes are
Follow, subscribe.
dope
Yep.
and helping us build the brand. So Friday, no, actually today we're gonna hit y'all with the rap bracket. So make sure y'all jumping down, vote on that. Friday, Maine, we're gonna give them a little something extra for the next bracket. We're gonna
Okay.
debut some shit
Yeah,
that we
yeah.
think y'all will find funny. Let's see what I did
Hmm.
there. That's cute. That's
Hmm.
So yeah, that'll be fun. We'll do some new shit for Friday. So y'all stay tuned, man. Any parting shots, fellas?
Real quick, I gotta shout out my homegirl, Tash Lachey Designs. It's her card. She's on Instagram. Her name is Tashana. If you want more info on it, and she hooked up the customary sparring mines. I got the lighter, the
Nice.
weed. I got the weed container. I got the ashtray.
Damn.
And I also got the wow. I got the
Oh, we
big
play.
weed plate
Got the
that you break it up on too.
Damn. She blessed you.
And I got the swarm mines. I got the swarm mines mask.
nice.
And I even got the all forked up
Oh
mask as
shit.
well. Some double mask in it in
Word
the
up.
building. So shout out to my homegirl, you know what I mean? Support small businesses. I'm
Absolutely.
always about that. I'm always for it. I'm a small business owner myself, an entrepreneur, so I'm always about supporting my
Yeah.
fellows. So if you want to holler at me, you want some customized stuff, please holler at this young lady. Her products are dope. Her prices are even better. You know what I'm saying? And even if they weren't, pay what you're worth. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Pay for what
Word up.
definitely
Yeah.
salute that.
I want to say farewell and rest in peace to my guy Miguel Torres. I've met Miguel maybe over 20-something years, 22 years now at BU. He was actually the guy that took me under his wing and made me into a baker, actually. He passed away a couple of days ago to stage 4 cancer. So, I kind of want to, say farewell to him. He was a great guy, great guy.
R.I.P., bro.
Yeah,
R.I.P.
46 years old, I think. 45.
Jesus.
Yeah, he was a year older than I was.
Wow.
Fuck cancer, man.
Yeah.
Wow.
Bro, I think cancer has touched all of us, all of us here, man, in some way,
Yeah.
shape, or form. We're about to go somewhere else. I was trying to get us out of here, but it's just amazing that in the society that we live in, with all the assets and resources that we got, that we can't cure this one motherfucking thing, man.
That's taking so much from us all.
Yeah.
Real.
On that note, man, this is the Sparring Minds crew. You already know, man. This is Charlie Hustle, a.k.a. Charles Jones.
Sam Little, Mr. Maritime.
It's the chef. It's the main topic.
We out of here, man. Y'all stay happy, so we'll see y'all soon.
Yes, sir. High Tower will be back.
High Tower, what up?
XP!